Very good morning to all. In this session, we're going to discuss about addressing modes. The term addressing mode refers to the way in which the operand of an instruction is specified. The addressing mode specifies a rule for interpreting or modifying the address field of the instruction before the operand is actually executed. Let me discuss about the types of addressing modes. First addressing mode is an immediate addressing mode. In this addressing modes, operand is defined in the instruction itself. In this diagram, opcode is specified as well as operand is specified. Address field is not specified here. So that what will happen? The operand which indicates the value is directly performed any operation based upon the opcode. Example is given as move MVI move immediately for 06. That means 06 will be moved to the immediately accumulator. Similarly, add 05. If I will add it to the accumulator, suppose we have any value in the accumulator that will be added with those value and stored there itself. So in no address is specified. Next type is direct addressing mode. In this direct addressing mode, operand resides in the memory and the address field of the instruction gives the address, which it describes in the diagram. That means operand value will be stored in the memory. Suppose it says an operand value is 10 here. In this case, memory we have certain number of memory blocks as well as it has various type of based upon the block we have various addresses. The operand where it stores that address will be stored in this A. That means the A value is specified as an address here. So when upward try to make use of those accumulator means in here value is not stored, only address is stored. So that's where it directly connects to the memory based upon the which address block and finally retrieve the data from the particular operand. So that's why you see as it is in a direct addressing mode. Next is indirect addressing mode. In this indirect addressing mode, indirect addressing mode, the address field of instruction gives the address of memory location that contains the effective address of the operand, as well as here two reference of the memory are requested to fetch the operand. In case of direct addressing mode, operand is given to the instruction. But in this case, what will happen? Operand, suppose we have 10 here means that addresses stored in the various memory block, which is an effective address EA. That memory block has its own address. That address will be given, this effective address will be given to the here as a. So when instruction try to calls the opcode with respect to accumulator or the value, your value is not given, only the address is given. So this address try to find the values in the memory block. And in this block we have the addresses which belongs to the operand address, which is the stored in actually that will be called here when instruction tries to call it. So that's why we call it it's an indirect addressing mode. Next, we're going to see about register direct as well as register indirect addressing mode, which is very similar to direct and indirect addressing mode. Here we use register here. We are used register instead of, and in that case, previous case, we are used blocks or locations of the memory. But in this case, we use a register. So that in register, we're going to store the operand value and try to call the which register we are stored. We try to call those register when instruction it's executed. This is the register direct addressing mode. In case of register indirect addressing mode, memory contains the operand and this address will be directly referred by EA, effective addressing. And in this effective address will be handled by register. Either it may be any registers. When an opcode tries to call it, the register will find out which block the effective address is there, because the in register we have stored only effective address. So that in the effective address we will find the memory block location where the operand is stored and try to retrieve the data from the respective memories. These are the most important addressing modes: immediate addressing mode, direct addressing mode, indirect addressing mode, and register direct and indirect addressing modes. Thank you.